Donald Trump has betrayed Nigeria for allowing a Biafran embassy to be situated in Washington, D.C. These are the words that came out from two people from the north this morning at newspaper place, and there was argument and counter argument between the Yoruba and the Hausas then with the Igbo people this morning. This is an act of betrayal by Donald Trump to allow the Igbos, or not even the Biafrans, to have an embassy in Washington, D.C. that they may write to the UN. Biafra is not yet a country, so we cannot allow an embassy of Biafra to be in Washington. That's what the London people are saying this morning. There are two London people. If you're watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, like this video, and also share with others. Donald Trump must shut down the Biafran embassy, or else they will take him to International World Court. Biafran evangelist, what do you have to say about that this lovely morning?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are watching us from. I remain one and the only Biafran evangelist of Biafra. No other, we are not two, only but I. And I will continue to evangelize Biafra. Now listen and listen good, my beloved. Who are the people that are talking? He said it is a slap to the face of Nigeria. Did Nigeria have a face before? Did Nigeria have a good look before? Did Nigeria have a good record before? What kind of record did Nigeria have before the international bodies? The country that don't value human rights, that disrespect fundamental human rights, is it the country that have a face? If Nigeria have a face, Nigerian military in person of Sidious Musa and the rest and their group wouldn't have been turned down by the Canadian embassy. You can. I want to remind you, in case you have forgotten, if Nigeria have a good face, I don't think that somebody like Sheikh Gumi, Sheikh Gumi, or what is his name, who traveled to Saudi Arabia, will turn down. A clergy like Sheikh Gumi, a clergy like Sheikh Gumi was turned down by the Saudi Arabia, and they returned him back to send that father. Now, Chazo, they throw him back. If Nigeria have a good reputation outside, all these things wouldn't have been taking place. But because they don't have, and you are here talking about a slap on your face, you don't have a face for your information. You, the Fułañíś, should shut up. And let me tell you another thing that you don't know and you fail to know. That the international bodies understand and they recognize what self-determination is all about. They know the importances and the advantages. They know that it is not against the law, it is the human rights law. And according to the law, we have the right to do what? To fight for it. And whosoever that is standing for that or fighting for that is fighting for justice. And for you to fight injustice, you must use justice to fight injustice. So there is a serious injustice in Nigeria. That is why we, the Biafrans and their leaders like Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa and Ngozi Orabeze, you can see today, glory be to God that God have used her. I think she have achieved that, in her own record, in her own credit. The whole world understand. You can see what the Prime Minister from the Russia state said regard to that self-determination. He said it is not a crime and it is not wrong. It's not bad. And let me tell you, Shetima even said it in the World Leaders Summit under the UN, that self-determination allowed the people of the land, to defend their land. That is the statement of Shetima. So tell me, how the embassy become a slap to Nigeria? That is to tell you these people have been ignorant of justice, ignorant of human rights.
They will not allow that embassy to work, to function.
My brother, this is not an embassy established in Nigeria. This is an embassy that is established in Washington, D.C. When you talk about security, I believe even if they have like they are number one in the world when you talk of security, when you talk of safety, when you talk of human rights, they respect it, they honor it. And they know the value, the worth of that. of that embassy. That is why it was allowed in United States of America, not just United States of America as a state per se or a country per se, but in a whole of Washington D.C. You know, you cannot mention America without mentioning Washington D.C. Yes, you cannot mention America without mentioning what? Washington D.C. So for it to be allowed to be established in that place, that means what we are doing, what we are pursuing is according to the law. We have not gone against the law. We are following the procedures and to achieve our dream, to get what we are looking for, which is Biafra. That is to tell you again that we are following the normal procedures, the normal protocols according to the law. We've not deviated from the law. See, is in Nigeria here they call IPOB a terrorist. Do you know that in the world, in other parts of the world, they are not seen as a terrorists? And the people that are got terrorists are the ones terrorizing this country. They are the ones terrorizing Nigeria. They are the ones that have been causing insecurity. Look at what happened in Benue, even currently today. You can see whereby a local government chairman is crying, weeping, saying that he's going to resign as a result of the children that the terrorists, the Fułañíś, the Fułañíś slaughter. Children that you don't know their future. You don't know their tomorrow. You don't know what these people can be tomorrow. They may be the one that will even do better, make this country what is supposed to be. But look at the way they just take their lives. The man was weeping seriously, and the man have already tendered his resignation letter as a chairman of that very local government in Benue State. And let me tell you, in Benue State, as I speak to you, about over 15 churches have been shut down. Many lives, the Christian lives, are being shut down, and they have sentenced them to Baba God.
But the question is that, why do you think that the Fulani are always against Igbos, particularly the Igbo freedom in Nigeria?
Yes, they know that once the Igbos, exit from Nigeria, there will be no Nigeria. Mazen Nambekano have already said it.
If Igbos, there will be no Nigeria.
There will be no Nigeria, and Nigeria will turn back to their ancient poverty level, wretched life. You can see, despite the fact that the Fulanis are the one controlling the government, yet them and their children are the beggars all over the whole Lagos and all over the whole Nigeria. You can see. Go there now, look at them, see the children. Look at them there. Now people, now person give their mama belly. See them. They are Fulani, and they are the one in power. Look at them. You understand? You will hardly see Igbo children. Look at them. Igbo man, give woman belly, and allow that child, as small as they are, to come and be parading on the street begging money. But they are the one in control. They are the one controlling Nigeria. They are the one ruling Nigeria. That is to tell you, they are there tipping the resources that God has given to the Igbo, the Biafran land, the Biafran people. God use it to bless the Biafran so that we can use it to do what? To develop our place. And this plan is, with the help of the British, have come to hijack it. And that is why it's working again. Look at. That is why they are always against Igbos. They know the important role that Igbos are playing in Nigeria in terms of Nigerian economy. The growth, Nigerian economy growth, 95%, if I'm not saying 100. I believe 95% of Nigerian economy is being contributed or contributed, yes, by the Igbo people, the Biafrans. That is why they don't want the Biafrans to go, because they know the devastation it will cause the economy of this country if Biafra should go. That is why they are fighting that Biafra must not leave. And as you can see, that's why they are complaining, because they know that embassy is a very huge signal regard to what we are pursuing. Yes, any country that have embassy, anybody that have embassy is already a nation. You don't know? For you to have an embassy, if you are not a nation, you can a country, you can never have an embassy. But for you to have an embassy, that means you have a country. You have become a nation. You are being recognized. You are known. That is what it means. That is why they are saying what they, but they fail to understand that there is not here. That they are the one controlling, that even Parliament Tinubu doesn't have a say. Anything that they do it and go free without federal attack or federal, challenge. So that is what I want them to know. All those Fułañíś that are saying that it is a slap to their face. It is them, Nigeria, that slap themselves, not America. And that is why all over the world, when I told you people on this platform, come May 30th, there will be a serious sit at home. Nobody believe it. They were saying Ribadu. Did you see Ribadu that day on the road? Did you see Sidiasima Musa on the road that day? Everywhere there was a serious compliance regard to that. Not just in Nigeria here, all over the world. All over the world. You saw a message. We saw a message, was it not on Saturday, thereabout, whereby a man from the UK said that, yes, they all comply to that on that very May 30th. You see the other man sent that same message from Netherlands, the same thing. All over the world, even in France. And the other one that sent this message through Philip TV that time, that in Ireland, that the Observant have appeared in the court, and it's going to be, going viral, and everybody will watch it, and they will, not Nigeria, but international bodies will look into it. And it is now in Finland, in a Finnish government, a Finnish country, whereby I believe truth will finally vindicate himself. Nevertheless, if Simon Ekpa is the true terrorist terrorizing the East, I believe as Simon Ekpa has been apprehended, this terrorism would have stopped. If actually he was the one sponsoring all this thing or carrying out this thing, ever since he was apprehended, all those killings would have stopped. But now, instead of stopping it, the thing multiply. Times two. It's like Simon Ekpa himself was the one limiting their dreams. I mean, these terrorists. It was Simon Ekpa that was limiting their excesses. Now they believe that they have pushed him out of their way. That's why they double their hustle. You can see the killing yesterday in Benue State. They have taken over 15 churches shut down in Benue State. I'm telling you the fact, you can go it.
It's on the Vanguard newspaper.
It's on the Vanguard newspaper. God bless you, my beloved. So it's all over. See, all over the Federation are suffering for terrorism. And you're accusing somebody. I believe that the Finnish government are hearing us. I believe they are watching us. They are seeing everything that is happening in this country. So I'm waiting. Let me see how they will nail him for terrorism. If they agree and concord that a whole citizen of theirs can be the brain behind what the insecurity happening in Nigeria, then let them take a look. Ever since that they hold him, they apprehended him, does he stop? That is the question I'm asking Finnish government. Ever since you hold Simon Ekpa, the insecurity in Nigeria, the killing, the massacring, does it stop? And whereby it did not stop, that means you are pointing hand on a wrong person. That is what it means. So Nigerians that have allegedly accused Simon Ekpa of a terrorist, that means Nigeria is the terrorism nation and they are the one terrorizing themselves. They should free that young man.
Sani Abacha said if insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government knows about it.
That's who? Sani Abacha, the former president of Nigeria.
So are you not thinking that these people are not looking at the government? Who may be sponsoring this kind of evil men in Nigeria?
The statement you drop now is a hit. And it is a very huge hint. Why do I say so? Of a truth. Any insecurity or insurgency that lasted for 24 hours is no longer insurgency. It has become political. It means that the people behind it or the people engaged or involved in it are the people that are in power, that are in position. And I will continue to say it. Nigerian politicians are the one behind what is happening in Nigeria.
What is the way out of this mess?
The only way out to stop it is for those politicians to hands off their hand from the insecurity and the nonsense that is going on in this country. Because let me tell you, let us come to reality. How many cows is these people carrying in each of their movements? How much is the cow per one? Then how much is AK-47 and AK-49 that they are carrying up and down? Then how much is the bullet that they are wasting? By the time you calculate and check all these things, you will discover that these men, these S-men, are not the one buying those guns. They are not the one buying those bullets. There are people sponsoring it. Because what they have there is not enough. Gather it together, sell them. You cannot use it to buy all these things that they have been wasting. They have been holding. You know how much? It's AK-47. Do you know how many millions? Then, minus it. Do you know how much is per bullet? And each of them have almost 100. And I saw the other one, you know, carrying that one like machine gun. That one that they used to roll like this. Do you know how many bullets that one contains? And you say that this person, the money is coming from that cow. It is a capital lie.
Yet Allah should be declared as terrorist organization. This is coming from Benue people. We support that Yet Allah, they are Makban, Yet Allah, cattle breeders, Association of Nigeria, Makban, they should be declared as terrorists by the government. You agree that that's the way forward for
Baba, excuse me. If IPOB could be easily declared terrorists, why is it taking Nigerian government too much time to declare those people a terrorist? No, ask me. I want to ask again. Have you ever heard, say even here in Lagos State, say Igbo man stand up, go to terrorize Yorubas, or go to terrorize anybody in their state? But you call them a terrorist. But the people that have been taking lives, so they are taking life, destroying farm products, raping, kidnapping, causing all sorts of mayhem in this country, then you are still waiting to call them terrorists. You are waiting for somebody to tell you or to remind you that there is need to call them a terrorist. But let's leave that in. Nigerian government know what they are doing. Yes, they knows what they are doing. Because by now, see, it's just like what I said one time. I said it on the TV, and I told them that, see, what happened in Rivers State that made Mr. President to declare that place state of emergency? Why is it that it's difficult to declare Benue, Osun State, and every other part, even Plateau, and another part of Nigeria, to declare state of emergency? Because it has nothing to profit those places. He declared Rivers state of emergency. Do you know why? Because of the oil. Oil from Fułañíś. Ego Manu. That's why he declared that state of emergency in Rivers State. What happened in Lagos here within Abasa? Look at the way he sorted it out. He did not declare state of emergency. At the end of the day, he restored Abasa back. But immediately Rivers State own, it's not up to this, then he declared state of emergency because of selfish interest.
More important than the lives of human beings.
Of course.
The oil?
To Bola Ahmed Tinubu, oil, money, wealth, riches is very, very important to him than your life and my life. Is it a film? Is it a news? In Nigeria, they value cow more than life.
How? Why?
Is it not your Senate President Akpabio that said it the other time when the serious debate was going on in the House? He said he wanted to tell them that there is no way that a cow is not a citizen of Nigeria. What does that mean? That's Akpabio's statement. Cow is not a citizen of Nigeria. And for him to make that statement, that means so many things have gone wrong. So many things that have transpired. So they value cow, they value animal more than you. That's the state of Nigeria. And that is the country that you are in.
We saw somebody from the north said, if you kill one cow, they are going to kill like 10 human beings. I'm like, what kind of a statement is that?
That statement I have showed you, it has already qualified what I'm saying. That means they value cow more than human being, more than you.
Then how do we go forward if some people are valuing cow more than human being?
And the way to go forward is just as what the DSS, Director General of State Security Service, have already said, Mr. Ajayi have already said. Everybody should wake up from his or her slumber, stop sleeping, carry something to defend yourself. Buy he that want to buy you. Yes, and that's just it. Defend yourself. Theophilus says so. That is T.Y. Danjuma. He said it. Wake up from your slumber. Defend yourself. Police and DSS and the military cannot be everywhere. So definitely you have become a DSS, a police, and a military of yourself. That is what it means. So defend yourself, because government is not ready to defend you. You can see what is happening in Benue, and I believe that the Benue...
Okay, my good people of Biafra, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are and where you are hearing me from. The video you just finished watching now, this clip now, I have said it all. You have seen the headline, Fułañíś attacked Donald Trump. They say that Donald Trump betrayed Nigeria, and they demand that he should shut down the Biafra embassy in Washington, D.C. Hausa men and Fułañíś are now leading the headline as I'm talking to you this moment. Every newspaper stand in Nigeria now they went berserk. You see, Nnamdi Kanu made it clear, said when the time is right, that Biafra government will not pay anybody a dime to broadcast the Biafra news. Now, Nigerian newspaper, Vanguard, Sun News Online, Daily Post have already carried this news that that Biafrans now have inaugurated their first ever embassy in the United States of America. And we are talking about United States of America. We're talking about the city or the state where White House, the main office of the president, is domiciled, which is a Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. So what more can we ask? Some people keep on saying, I listen to that idiot they call Remigius. Now wow, poverty is a very big disease. Since this guy, they just call this guy, they call this guy and give him just small amount of money. You can imagine this idiot went online and said that the news about inauguration of Biafra embassy in Washington D.C., he called it a restaurant and a beer parlor. Now you can imagine that. This is what we are facing. And I have had this question before. Nobody dared to give me a very, very tangible answer. If Ngozi Orabeze get Biafra tomorrow, and Biafra stand now, so does it mean that the lines of Remigius now, who is calling it a Biafra embassy, which even Nigeria government acknowledged, then our own fellow Biafra who feel that they are in the same struggle is calling it beer parlor and restaurant. This is where we are having problem. These people you see now are the reason why Simon Ekpa is having complicated issue. Forget about what the prosecutor said. I'm going to give him 6 years, like that. All these people, they went there the other day. They said they went for a protest, but they went there to submit a petition and evidence against Simon Ekpa. Don't forget, it was after that the so-called protest. They went there. Then all of a sudden now, Simon Ekpa went on a secret trial because they didn't announce the trial. All we know that his trial is going to commence on that last month May. Before you know it now, 30th of May, Simon Ekpa appeared before the court. Inside the same month, they went to say they went for protest. And the prosecutor had the God to come out and tell us that this Simon Ekpa, or rather the finest athlete turned the politician, was supposed to spend 6 years. In fact, he's demanding for him to spend 6 years in jail. That means 6 years term when the so-called government of the zoo is going to hand over power. Where all of us now will be having a pointing finger on Tinubu. But have you ever asked ourselves, what is the content of that letter that so-called Adandoshi submitted at Finland? Who knows the content? How many people were there when it was being written? Even all those people who say go there to say they got to submit a petition, how many of them can be able to come out and tell me, or rather tell us, the Biafrans, that they know the content of that letter or the content of that envelope? You see what is happening? If Remigius, Nigerian government come out, even Hausas now, are fighting Donald Trump, saying Donald Trump betrayed them, according to the clip you just finished watch. Now, why must he allow Biafra to have an embassy in Washington, D.C.? Not even in any other state, but in the state where the capital of USA is domiciled, which is Capitol Hill, White House. Then our own people came out now and said that Ngozi Orabeze opened a restaurant and beer parlor. Listen to me, the Biafrans, it is high time we start to ask questions or we start to act, because it is now obvious the fallback group are the reason why we are having backlash on this struggle. They are not bigger than Vanguard newspaper in Nigeria. They are not bigger than Sun News Online. They are not more authentic than all these newspapers that is in Nigeria. I know they are television, the one appear in TV, likes of channels, Talking Nigeria, Symphony, Rise TV. All those ones will not broadcast it because it is against their ethics. But the newspaper online, their newspaper Vanguard is being read worldwide. Sun News Online is being read worldwide. So they carry all this news. Daily Post is being read worldwide. Not even only Nigeria, not even only Africa. So after these people have confirmed this, and why the Hausas and Fułañíś are busy fighting Donald Trump, then our own people who are supposed to applaud and also appreciate the good work of Ngozi Orabeze came out and now begin to tell the whole world. Even Amazon now know that Biafra have an embassy for them to accept to sell the Biafran constitution in Amazon. And then our own people will come out then begin to tell the whole world that what they inaugurated on the 30th of May is mere beer parlor and what they call it, and restaurant. Anybody who does all these things, if now cause, my brother, it is high time we begin to revoke all these cause. But if no because, let the real Biafrans, the genuine Biafrans wake up and begin to ask questions. It is high time we begin to ask these people, what are they really fighting for? Remi Juice, Sodai Barawa, Vam, Ogechukwu Nkere, these four guys, and QTV, that one have disappeared. Nobody sees him again. Kids my baby, they don't kidnap that one. These people have to come out and tell us what we are there fighting. But let me just make this thing clear. Let it not be tomorrow now. That so-called QTV will emanate from nowhere and claim that United States of government, Biafra government, have kidnapped him and put him at hold. Because that is what I'm sensing. I'm seeing that signal. I'm seeing that signal that will be a false accusation against Ngozi Orabeze. QTV is a core supporter of Ngozi Orabeze, and along the line, he decamped and joined fallback group and start to publish his own thing, even calling his own fundraising. Since his last post is on the 12th March 2025. March, April, May, and this is June. Nobody knows the whereabouts of Atkizi Uzoma. I always visit his page to see if I posted anything. Let it not be tomorrow now. The guy with Manet now said, Ngozi Orabeze sent people to kidnap him. And it will be all over the internet. But don't forget that he who alleges must prove. Yes. If you alleges of any, or rather you blow false alarm, then the hand of the law is going to cut off with you. I don't have much to say. I think what you have listened to this, our brother, this Biafra evangelist, I think he has spoken the whole truth. And as you are watching, make sure you are dropping your opinion at the comment section of this video. Because without you, there will be no Okute Daily Talk. But before we round up, let me just take a few comments from our people. Let me see those who supported and those who did not support. This one is a hope. Uchinaka said Nigeria is dead and buried. God continue to bless and empower the United States of Biafra. We have Marcos who said, I from Edo State, Esan Uromi. They are knowns make. They are knowns makes. They cannot do anything water than sun or rain before Biafra come by God's grace. Okay, my brother, your English is quite pathetic, but no problem. Don Robert said Nigeria is an outcast from the global community. Due to corrupt politicians, lawlessness, non-obedience to court injunction, and insecurity, Biafra has gained international recognition that can never be reversed. They don't know all this thing that is happening. It's just to the advantage of Biafra. Yes, we are losing men, but I can tell you for free of charge, That everything that is happening now, both the 30th of May, the declaration, the embassy, the insecurity in the southeast, the killings, the detention of the two prominent Biafra agitators at the same time, the international community are watching, and those who support the Biafrans are also taking notes. According to Dele Farotimi. And according to one of our brothers here, he said, the rich Biafra are ahead of them. Okay, Ambassador Chidube said, Democratic Republic of the Yoruba is not part of illusion scheme called Nigeria. Paul Chukwuemeka said, whether they allowed or not, Biafra is going. In fact, Biafra is a goner. Thank God Biafra is happening in my own time, according to Star Pride. The last but not the least, Edward Trump said, there's nothing like the North. Northern Nigeria is a region and a home to over 95 distinct ethnic groups. There's none like Hausa, Fułañíś. Hausa is an ethnic group. Fułañíś is an ethnic group. The Fułañíś deceitful era in the northern Nigeria has finally come to an end. Next census will be an eye-opener to all the indigenous ethnic nationalities of Nigeria. So my good people, I beg now here we go take back break. At this juncture, I rest my case here. So make gonna just circulate this video, like, share, and keep commenting for more interesting videos. I, Ukulora, is coming back. I love you all.